Hello, people, it's David Okun here. Let me tell you about my pot of beans. Just yesterday, like I always do every now and again, I make beans for the family because I'm great at it anyway, but that's not the story, right? On this occasion, right, my wife was in the kitchen as well, fixing other stuff. I left the pot of beans on and stepped out of the kitchen. Some things led to another. I stayed longer than I should have. Beans started to burn. My wife put some water in the pot of beans. Listen, first, before I go ahead, I want you to imagine that this pot of beans represents our lives. It represents your life, my life. And at every point in time, we are cooking. We are making a delicacy for the world, for ourselves, for our family, for our friends. We are cooking. And when life gets heated up, we may start to burn. And at this point, what happens? People around you that care about you, like my wife actually did in this case, pour some water into that pot of beans so it saves the beans from burning. So I tell you the rest of the story now. I come into the kitchen. What's going on, babe? I said, oh, beans was burning. I poured some water and I opened my pot of beans and it's got more water than I planned it to have. Listen, guys, I'm the cook. This is my life. I didn't want that much water in the beans. To be honest, I didn't want it. But she was just being caring. She wanted to help. See, people in your life would want to help you in different ways. And it will be like pouring more water than you think you need at the time. And of course, I was a little bit taken aback. What will I do to save my pot of beans so that it turns out the way I want, I plan? Cut the long story short, I left the kitchen, was fuming a bit, didn't know what to do. When things happen to you that you don't plan for, that you didn't know, it may want you to walk away from your life. Like that singer said many years ago, I'm walking away from the trouble. Well, I'm not Craig David. I'm David, but not Craig David. I walked away, but I had to walk back and say, so how do I fix this? What's the action to take? After weighing all my options, some people will say, throw in some yam, let it soak the water. Some people say, open the pot, let the steam come out to dry. Some people say, increase the fire, leave it on for a while. All those options I tried in the past. Today I just thought, yesterday I thought, why don't I just scrape some water off the top of the beans? Of course, I'm going to eventually lose some beans, but eventually I'll gain the whole pot. Now, listen to this. That's exactly what I did. Eventually, the final pot of beans came out sweet, as you can ask my family. They enjoyed it. They enjoyed what I served. Now here's the point, here's the message. If you want your life to always turn out at every turn, at every break, the way you planned, the way people would enjoy it, tasty, delicious, you must take some action. Especially when you've been fed with some help that you didn't want, or things have turned out the way you didn't expect. How do you respond to it? Do you walk away from the troubles in your life? Or do you take action like I did by scooping off some water and losing some beans? You might have to lose some things, lose some friends, lose some playtime, lose a little bit of some fun stuff, but it's not going to take away the big picture of that beautiful, tasty, delicious pot of beans that people are going to enjoy and thank you for. It's about how you see things when those challenges, those curveballs get thrown in, when your life gets flooded with water more than you planned and you're cooking this delicacy. Maybe yours might not be a pot of beans, maybe a pot of rice, a pot of spaghetti, anything. How do you save the pot of beans? In my case, now in your case, how do you save the pot of beans? How you do it is entirely up to you, but you must do it. The point here is you must do it. You don't walk away, you come back to it, fix that pot of beans, let it come out tasty. My challenge to you is, no matter what you're going through at this time, have an open mind. Trigger your faculties to think through the angles and weigh the best options and perspectives that are available to you, with the mindset that this pot of beans This life that you've got must come out beautifully, and people have to enjoy it. With that in mind, you never walk away. With that in mind, you always think in solution and not stuck with the problem. I trust this would help you. Share with someone if it does help you. And of course, remember, you always go from a mind shift to a life shift. You always go from a mind shift to a life shift. I'll talk to you again soon.